Spider-Man No Way Home is an amazing film. I think there was no doubt in my mind that this film was going to be, well, amazing or spectacular, and all the other Spider adjectives. I was in awe of everything from the brutal action to its heart and soul coming from each of the performances. But I came upon a revelation after talking with my friends about the ending of the film, and the true core of the character in the cinematic universe. And that is that the MCU's Peter Parker is not a hero. At least not in the traditional sense. And not until the end of this film.
He probably deserved what happened. But just because you can beat him up doesn't give you the right to. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
This line might be the most iconic line in pop culture, and it's a phrase that has been synonymous with the Webb since his debut on the comic book pages and his theatrical release in 2002. It's been stated multiple times throughout his many adaptations, but has always had that point driven home. And for every one of these Spider-Men, they've had that speech given to them, which ultimately shaped their personality as Peter Parker and matured them into the heroes that they are. But for the MCU's Peter Parker, he has not gained that maturity or gone through that upbringing to make him into the Spider-Man. He's still just a kid playing the hero, rather than someone who is one. And being just a kid playing the hero, he makes mistakes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't
I
cut it.
understand. I just wanted to be like you.
And I wanted you to be better. Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No,
how it works.
please, Mr.
Let's
Stark,
have it.
You don't understand. Please, this is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?
He wanted to become a hero like the one he looked up to and almost got people killed. He felt the burden of responsibility and the weight of the world on his shoulders, but ended up endangering the lives of his friends. And he wanted everyone to forget who Spider-Man was, but he messed up the spell. But when he messes up, someone has always had his back. From Iron Man, Nick Fury, Doctor Strange, Happy, his friends Ned and MJ, and Aunt May. This Peter Parker has always had people in his corner. But for our multiversal Spider-Men, they didn't. They were thrust into the life of a hero because they realized and understood the great responsibility that was put onto their shoulders from the get-go. But only after they attempted to use their power for themselves or for revenge.
But your father lived by a philosophy, a principle really. He believed that if you could do good things for other people, you had a moral obligation to do those things. That's what's at stake here. Not choice, responsibility.
From his first appearance in Civil War to Far From Home, this Peter shows a drive to want to do good, but also a hint of his own reluctancy to do so, being forced to make sacrifices that most heroes would realize and take action to do so in a heartbeat. But in this film, Peter realizes the biggest sacrifice that has to be done, his own great responsibility. And he learns it from the actions taken by his mentors. From the sacrifice by Tony to save everyone, from the experiences of loss and grief from the other Peter Parkers, and from the final words from Aunt May. From the headstrong nature of Andrew Spider-Man, to the quiet and gentle touch of Tobey Spider-Man, Tom Spider-Man finally realizes and understands the meaning behind those iconic words.
And with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
The Green Goblin created a great anti to the MCU's Peter Parker in this film and his abuse of power.
Bingo. Me, your greatest creation. Bringing you what you've always wanted. Power beyond your wildest dreams, and it's only the beginning.
He used his power blinded by his selfishness and his want for more, and he used it to terrify and terrorize Peter both physically and mentally. And by the end, Peter had the power to kill him and gain his revenge. But our other Spider-Men knew that they had to step in. They knew that if Peter had killed the Goblin in an act of rage, it would send him spiraling down a path of no return for him, and that it would not make it better. That the satisfaction of getting revenge would not be gained if he had gone through with the Goblin's execution at his hand. Because they understand what it means to feel that loneliness and that thirst for blood. But from the words of wisdom that were passed on to them, it would forever echo in their decisions, and echo for Peter, as with great power comes great responsibility. And ultimately, that's the tragedy of what follows the Spider-Man. And it's that they realize what they must do and what must be sacrificed. Every time. Everything he's built, his friendships, relationships, and his heroic efforts, gone in an instant, at the cost of their safety coming before his wishes to live a normal life. But like the constant and ever-changing world around him, he changes too. He doesn't need his training wheels anymore. He's on his own, free from the consequences that held him back from being the hero he was meant to be. He's studying and working long days and nights, all while juggling his superhero identity once again. He creates his new suit by himself, not by simply using old clothes and repurposing them, but he takes the time to craft it with his own hands. And he finally becomes the Spider-Man. He lets go of all of that in order to protect those he loves and holds dear, even if they don't know the ultimate sacrifice he had to make, or who Peter Parker even is. He's now the amazing, the spectacular, and the friendly neighborhood